Hey man, you can try to shoot for the stars and go, try to hit everybody and win, or you just admit that you're just gonna do your thing and let the people come to you who want to with you. You know?
Yeah, that part. All right.
Good morning.
So here we are chilling with Don Domingo for the behind the scenes of the album.
What's going on? How game?
The name of the album is I'm Not For Everybody.
I'm not for everybody.
And I mean, that album title speaks for itself.
Hey man, you can try to shoot for the stars and go, try to hit everybody and win, or you just admit that you're just gonna do your thing and let the people come to you who want to with you. You know?
Yeah, that part. So man, how did you get into doing music?
I mean, my boy King Kie, you know what I'm saying? He brought me in and he brought me into a studio session that was actually like his studio session, but he didn't know I was coming back home from college.
Right.
So I got there, I came with my boy Rob, shout out to somebody. And so the next thing I know, we in there, and I'm like, you guys are gonna rap? I couldn't believe it. Like I was just flabbergasted at like the fact that my guys from high school are getting ready to rap on a song and record it.
Right.
So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go with you. I just wanna go. So I went, they convinced me to write a rap. And so I wrote, very elementary rap. And so, that was kind of my introductory to the game. And I actually realized that maybe not necessarily being a rapper, but the producer was what I wanted to be. There was a guy there named Gunsmoke. Right. And everybody went around him, seemed like he was kind of controlling the show. So I knew from there, like maybe I like to do the beats. Maybe I like to just kind of stay in the background and do my thing.
I hear you on that. What was your first rap name since you hopped in when you hopped in with rapping?
Well, I always had like a kind of a tricky situation. I had like a deformed leg when I was young, and I kind of looked young, like I looked dizzy, and so a lot of friends when we got to high school started calling me Dizzy, and so it was kind of like, damn, I'm just gonna stick with that. And so, my first name was The Diz. Of course, I had to put the in it,
Yeah.
So, just so they understood. So, yeah, man, The Diz was kind of my first thing. And I just rock with that one, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, bet. What's the hardest thing that you have experienced or come across when doing production or, as the artist?
I would probably say kind of knowing when something ain't dope, knowing when something is not dope. You really want to kind of understand like things that aren't good and really be able to admit it. Get over that ego thing and say, hey, you know what? Like this really isn't the one. And work till you figure out how to get to the one.
Right.
To where you're doing that more often than you're doing the things that aren't dope. And so having that drive and being able to do that and overcome, having something that's not dope, I think that's going to be something important. So, just knowing when things aren't dope, so that way you have a more of a better average when you start swinging towards the fences, man. So.
Okay, I feel that. So, who is somebody in music that inspired you while doing music?
I mean, I can name a couple people just off the bat. Like I said, Gunsmoke, King Kie. He showed me how to make beats. He showed me like FL Studio and just showed me how to break that down. We get into my guy Grand Finale because of the more technical side of music.
Right.
Really understanding how your music's supposed to sound versus like just going on there creating something and, pushing it out and people are like, no, I don't like that, because it's not because it doesn't sound good. It's because it's like the sonics of it just don't match. So that, and then I would probably say Dr. Dre, of course, you have to say Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
And then, And then I would say ninth wonder, just
Okay.
because, being able to put things together. And then if I had to top the list, it'd probably be Kanye, just because he came in and changed the game. Like you look
Right.
at, look at a lot of the top artists, they're not really tough. And not saying that they're not tough, but you know what I mean. They didn't come off like,
Yeah.
it just came off of like, this is a vibe or this is who I am. And I feel like, Kanye made the way for a lot of people to be able to be honest about who they are.
Right. Okay. How did you land on the name Don Domingo?
And Don Domingo came from because I transitioned to the name Joey Sunday, and so Joey Sunday was a character. You know what I'm saying? That was
Right.
that was somebody, I guess, who maybe not who been in touch with who he actually was and was trying to be something that he really wasn't. That was kind of the time of like show off, bling bling. That was it was a different time, so you had to be somebody like that to even get attention.
Right.
And so at that time I wanted to kind of grow up, and so I realized that Domingo and Sunday was like that was the Spanish word for Sunday, and so I was like, all right, well, cool. Well, what do you call the person who's kind of mastered everything? You would call him the Don, like the Don. So I just really took it and was like, you know what, I'm Don Domingo now, and I'm a lot more honest with myself. I make a lot more honest music. And so the people who I'm catering towards are people who are a lot more honest with themselves. They may not be the 19, 20, 20-year-olds. It might be the 24, 25-year-old who's really experiencing life for the first time and understanding like, you're going to take a lot of L's, but some of them L's are going to turn into wins. And I promise you, but you just really got to, stay focused and be honest with yourself about who you are. And so that way you can just keep leveling up versus trying to just keep figuring it out all the time. And you don't want to be, I don't want to be y'all niggas age trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I feel that. So where do the Day Wolves come from?
The Day Wolves came from, it was kind of it was a joke. We were talking to a couple of people who talk about how they get it in the nighttime.
Right.
They get it at night, they stay up, money don't sleep, that kind of stuff. And shout out to Rob Somebody. He just, interjected as he always does. And it just was like, you know what, hey man, y'all can have it, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have the night. You know what I'm saying? We get our stuff, we get the money in the daytime. We make our moves in the daytime. We do our healthy game. We hike, we do everything in the daytime, man. So you know what? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, like we some Day Wolves. I threw that out and it just stuck. Like everybody in the room immediately agreed that was just a great name to kind of call ourselves, man. So it's not just, getting money in the daytime. It's about, it's a lifestyle, man, being healthy, getting up with the sun and, maximizing the day.
Right.
So those kind of people, people who howl at the sun versus howling at the moon, you're a Day Wolf, man. So you go out there and claim it, man. It's for everybody to claim,
Hell yeah, that's what's up. I feel that. What type of feeling are you trying to give your crowd that you're attracting with the music you're making?
I think that I'm really trying to be a lot more honest, but really figure out how to not make it boring. I'm really big on trying to find out like how to make something that's, everybody wants to hear. Not everybody wants to hear, but, like a group of people want to hear, and it's not going to be boring to them.
Right.
I don't want to, make this such honest music to where it's almost like, all right, man, we get it, man, whatever.
Yeah.
I want it to be like, man, okay, this is jamming. But at the same time, you hear some things that, might, oh, man, he kind of saying some stuff. So at the same time, I want to make hits because that's really what I love doing, making songs that sound good as an individual song. But when you hear it as when you hear it in a row, or even if you hear it shuffled, it's a cohesive sound.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Good music, basically.
Yeah,
like,
really good music, and that's really.
It don't matter what it is.
It don't matter what it is, and that's really kind of what I'm saying. It's like sometimes you can kind of pigeonhole yourself where you might make a really good trap sounding song, and then people are like, "Oh, that's what you need to make."
And no,
that's not what I need to make, because tomorrow, you don't know, I got the disco joint that's coming out, and then I got the R&B joint where I'm singing, and then I went and did an Afro punk song. You don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm going to do. And you have to give me the grace and the time, even at this age, to, keep maturing and keep leveling up and understanding what I want to be and what I want my music to sound like. And you have to be somebody as a listener and somebody who is a supporter who is going to have to grow with that. And I'm not for everybody, bro, but this might be for you. And if this is all for you, if everything that I'm doing is for you, I'm going to make sure that you know it. I'm going to treat you like gold. Trust me. My fans, my supporters, my loved ones, I'm treating you like gold because you guys are the ones that pushed me to the next level. So really understand that the Day Wolves movement, it won't stop. You know, it's not for just people who are, you know, it's for the people who want it. That's it.
What is one of the greatest moments that you have had while doing music?
Being in LA
Mm.
and realizing that, you know, this Kansas City dude that people might look at and be like, yo, this dude local, man, you know, hey, man, you know, whatever. And so it kind of puts you in a position where you don't even realize how great you might be because, you know, the people who are around you who have seen you, sometimes they might, you know, they just don't see it. They don't realize it. It's not nothing that they're doing to try to stifle you. They might not see it at the moment. So at this point, you know, when I go to LA and people who don't know me and people who I respect are hearing my music and, you know, they're like, man, they're like, this is crazy. And I'm like, really? Like me? Like, you know, that kind of thing. And then, you know, really being like, bro, like you were on it. And then now I'm in a position where, you know, I'm dealing with new people every day. And every time they're like, man, bro, I didn't even know that this was going to be like this. You know, shout out to Yefta, you know, shout out to Young B, shout out to Moto. You know, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Aisling and, you know, I can't wait to work with her. You know, just because, you know, I saw her at a show and, you know, I'm telling you, like, this is what I'm at. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, man, there's so many, Master Commander, you know what I mean, the beat maker. Man, that dude, you know, producer, that dude's cold, bro. He's just, and I'm just, anyway, I'm really ready to, all the things that I've learned and collected over these years to really be able to apply it. So.
I hear that.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Man, I feel it, man. That's pretty dope to actually, you know, have that feeling.
I'm excited, man. Like, I'm reinvigorated, man, and there's not much that anybody can do to take that away from me now.
We gonna let you go ahead and do your shout outs to anybody that you got that helped you along the way, that you working with. You can shout out yourself for believing in yourself.
I mean, the first person I'm gonna have to is God first. I feel like I'm very blessed. I feel like the path that I've been presented in life, that I have the pleasure, the honor of walking down.
Right.
Because we don't do victim talk around here no more. So, you know, that I have the honor to go through. I feel like it's been the most appropriate path to where I am now. And I don't regret anything that I've ever really done. Would I do some certain things different? Maybe, but I don't regret anything that's happened because it's happened and it's gotten me here, right?
Right.
And so without that, I wouldn't have the growth that I have. I wouldn't have the knowledge I have. So God, being able to be more, you know, into my life and, you know, understanding like, you know, that kind of part of it. Second shout out would obviously have to be, you know, King Kie, obviously. King Kie, and a very close second to that would be, you know, Rob Somebody, you know what I'm saying? He's probably had 14 different rap names for me. So, you know, I'm just going to call him Rob Somebody because that's what he's calling himself now. But, you know, Rob Somebody because we ended up being friends because we was making fun of each other. So, you know, he was clowning me, I was clowning him, and, you know, normally the fat dude don't win that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's something that he respected. So, you know, we just became best friends after that. So, you know, he's always kind of pushing me to be like confident in what I'm doing and confident in who I am, and telling me to stop thinking so much. You know, he's like, yo, man, hey, Domingo, you think way too much, my guy.
Right.
So, you know, that kind of thing. And then grand finale, man, you know what I'm saying? Like grand finale. Grand Finale is somebody that I literally call like a genius in music. Like he's a full-blown genius. Like,
right.
He loves to learn, as do I, but he just takes it to another level. Like he can break down why, you know, like, I mean, like, man, my snare drum don't sound good. Well, because the 27 hertz is the, you know, he like, bruh, like, all right, well, I didn't
like, just tell me turn it up and down.
Like, hey, well, your snare is actually operating at a 27 hertz mega. I'm like, man, you know what? I'm so proud of that dude. So, you know, that, you know, and then, you know, just honestly, man, you know, the people who I've come up with, White Mike, Mike Money, Hat, you know, shout out to, you know, my mama and them, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to mama and them.
Yeah.
You know, because my mama's probably still one of my biggest fans, you know, to this day. You know, she don't listen to hip hop like that, you know, but she likes my music. You know,
Yeah.
I played her a song, you know, and she was like, I ain't gonna do all that smoking, but I love that song. I'm like, all right, well, you know, it is what it is.
That's cool. That's
Shout out
that
to Granny,
one.
you know, shout out to Granny, shout out to Grandpa, you know,
Right.
what you guys, you know, definitely rest in peace and, you know, rest in paradise together. I hope you guys are still, you know, kicking it up there together. But you know, little sis, you know, young hater, you know what I'm saying? My little sister's a hater, but, you know, she loves me, you know what I'm saying? She just hates on music, man. If it's not made from 1989 to 2002, she don't like it, you know, I promise you. And she listens, I promise you. So, you know, I could go down the list, man. You know, shout out to Doobie. You know, Doobie's been holding me down, you know what I'm saying? Like, for a long time, you know, from whatever, you know.
Yeah.
We got a whole project called Midnight Maneuvers, man, you know, Fountain City Sunday, Midnight Maneuvers. That nobody's ever heard, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
He told me to take it off. He told me to take it down. Listen, y'all, let me tell you. He told me to take it down because he was going to reproduce it, then he quit music.
So see what had happened was. But nah, that's coming real soon, y'all. Like,
So,
y'all can't see me. I'm looking at the back of the camera. But
shout out Weed and Vibes, though. Shout out Weed and Vibes, bro. That's what I'm telling you. That was a classic. So anyway, so, you know, I can go down the list, man. Shout out Uncle T. You know, shout out everybody, man. You know, he put me down with hip hop. Like, I was making fun of him for listening to J. Rue the Damager.
Right.
You know, and I was like, man, who listens to like Jeru the Damaja? He was like, you should probably listen to that. I remember him saying that. You should probably listen to that. And now that I've gone back and listened to it, I'm like, damn, like he was so, you know, he's put me down with the conscious hip hop, with the Wu-Tang, you know what I'm saying? And like all that. The reason I know about all that is because he was putting me down to that. So shout out Uncle T, man. You know, shout out everybody, man. Honestly, man, but you know, mostly, you know, shit, man. I can't think of nobody else, man, like right off the top. But if I forgot you, you know that you never forgotten. You know, maybe I just, you know, slipped my mind right now. So
all right, man. Well, shit. That's a motherfucking rap.